Dearest gentle reader, for the Catholics amongst us, we already know that the Lenten season is upon us. Ash Wednesday is on the 18th of February, that's next Wednesday. And I have a couple of suggestions to make regarding books for those of us that want to do some spiritual reading this Lent. First up is the Confessions of St. Augustine. Now, I've never actually read this book because the copy I have, the language is so archaic that I couldn't understand a word of what was written in it. It was a struggle to read. So hopefully, maybe someone wants to read it can take it up. The second is The Story of a Soul, written by Saint Teresa of Lisieux. Now, this book is a very moving book. It's a book I have also read. And I love this particular book because it teaches that the road to sainthood can be found in our ordinary lives. It can be found in the little things, like waking up in the morning once your alarm goes off, offering your day to God, going to work, putting in your best, offering it to God, giving a stranger water and offering it to God. She did the mundane things all for the glory of God. So yes, that's what I like about this book, and I highly recommend it. The third on my list is The Imitation of Christ, written by Thomas à Kempis. The Imitation of Christ. You think it's easy to imitate Christ? Well, Thomas à Kempis has some jarring words for us in this book. The next on my list is Diary of Saint Maria Faustina Kowalska. Now, this book is about God's divine mercy. She talks about purgatory. She talks about mainly God's mercy. So yes, I've actually not finished it. I have a copy in my library, but I've never actually finished the book. But yes, I recommend it. Then of course there's the Holy Bible. Now this is my favorite edition of the Bible. It's easy to understand and it has footnotes. But if you find it difficult, you can also, listen to Father Mike Schmidt's podcast, The Bible in a Year. You can start wherever you want and, take it as your spiritual reading for this month. Instead of listening to random podcasts, you can just tune in and get some lessons from the Bible. The next book is the Humility book. It's a simplified version. The 12 steps is a simplified version of St. Benedict's Ladder of Humility. It's simplified into 12 actionable steps, including fear of God, self-denial, obedience, perseverance, repentance, serenity, self-abasement, prudence, silence, dignity, discretion, and reverence. It reminds us of the key pillars of the church, of which humility is one of them. So it will test you. It will give you practicable things to do to test your commitment. So yes, I highly recommend it as well. There's also the Meditation of Mary, written by Thomas à Kempis. I haven't read this one yet, but I have it somewhere in my library, so yes, I recommend. Then there's Jose Maria's The Way, The Forge, The Furrow. These ones are actionable steps you can take every day, daily reminders of what we ought to do as Christians or as those of us who practice, who work for God, Opus Dei. Then for series you can watch, I have The Chosen. It's a favorite. Yes, I highly recommend The Chosen. You shouldn't binge watch because we're in Lent, so you watch it, take from it, and move on. Then there's also House of David. I don't know why Amazon hasn't given us the season 2 yet, but we're patiently waiting. And then there's Bakita. She's one of my favorite saints. Her story is so inspiring, from a slave girl to sainthood, how she forgave her captors, her abusers. And I wept buckets in that movie. So yes, these are my top Lenten recommendations. Which of them will you be reading or watching? Share in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a fruitful Lenten season, dearest gentle reader. Bye.